Hi y'all, this is Larry from deep South Texas, and today we're back to the garden. Now, I've been neglecting the garden for about 3 months, and I don't just mean neglecting garden videos. I have been neglecting the garden. But it's that time of the year where it's cooled off a little bit. It's about 85 for highs and 65 for lows, so time to get back and work in the garden. It's actually time to get my winter crop planted. Though for me, my winter crop is probably like your fall crop. So I get it planted, it will grow throughout the winter, and we'll harvest in early spring. And if you can see behind me, that's what a neglected garden looks like. So there's lots of reasons that happened. Primarily, Hurricane Hannah came through the end of July, and a big tree, half the tree came down, and it was so damaged I had to take the rest of the tree out. So that took about a month. The mosquitoes were horrible after the hurricane. And then I had my cataract surgery, and that kept me basically inside for about 6 weeks, and oh well, then the garden was in such bad shape I couldn't even stand to be in it. But I have to get stuff planted. Right now is the time to do it. Let's take a look. So I started off getting this bed ready, and I have cabbages planted in here. I have Bonnie's Best in this row, and in the other row I have it's like a Dutch flat cabbage. So they didn't suffer any from transplanting. It's looking good. In this bed, although there's not much to see, I have my onions planted. So these are the Granex 502s, kind of a yellow onion. So they kept real well for me, the ones I had last year, so we're doing those again. I planted some other onions last year that got really big, but they didn't keep very well. So we're back to these. The turmeric is ready to harvest. I usually harvest these in November, and it's November, so we'll be cutting those out and harvesting the turmeric. My wooden barrels are on their last legs, so after I harvest the turmeric this year, we'll be disposing of those wooden barrels. And the same for the ginger. They're ready to harvest, and the wooden barrels are going to have to go. And the last harvest for the moringa leaves needs to happen here this week. And I will be harvesting the leaves and chopping down the trunks to about 8 inches tall for the winter. But it looks like quite a good leaf harvest right now. And I can't really wait, because as the days get shorter, the leaves start turning yellow and falling off. So time to get those harvested. So we have had some pretty nice eggplants coming on throughout the summer. We've been harvesting a couple of these every month. These two look like they're ready to harvest now. And this bed is ready to plant carrots. I hope to plant carrots today or tomorrow. And this plant, this box, I think we're going to put some more cabbages in here. And over here, once I get this soil amended, we'll probably plant some potatoes. I have a couple celery plants still growing strong this year. Don't know how they survived the summer, but they did. So harvesting celery from time to time. It was definitely a bad year for my Naval Oranges. So I think this is one of the 2 that are left on the tree. It looks like it's ready to harvest. Looks like a nice one though. And there's another one up in there. The Meyer Lemon tree over by the chicken coop is loaded. Lots of lemons, and they're ready to pick now. I don't like picking them all at once. They seem to dry out pretty fast, but there's lots here. So this shot is for Prairie Plant Girl. This is one of the succulents I have growing in my yard. So it's starting to put on some fruit. It's kind of like dragon fruit, I think, but it's a huge, huge tree. Used to be a fence here. It was growing in the fence line. When the fence came out, the cactus just stayed. It's quite an impressive specimen, I think. So the plan for the garden this year was to switch it over to drip irrigation. I was going to do that in the summer, but you know, my neglect, it didn't get done. But I do want to get that done this year. I've noticed that when I overhead water, that some of the plants when it gets hot, they simply don't get enough water. The pathways are just soaking wet, but the raised beds seem like they're lacking. So we want to switch that over to a drip irrigation system and be able to control that water a little bit better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.